I'm coming to you today with an explanation and an invitation. I have been noticeably absent from most forms of online communication recently. From Facebook, where I used to be active far more than most people, and from my blog, from newsletter communications, from all forms of online engagement. And I want to thank those of you who have reached out to me just to check in. It really does mean a lot. It's difficult to remember sometimes that the only way that some of us know one another is through this beautiful online connection. And when someone kind of disappears, we have no idea what's going on in their life. So this is the explanation part that I want to check in just to say, hi, I'm still here. But there's also an invitation for anyone, whether or not you care if I'm around Facebook or checking with you in your inbox or whatever. I think that it is important for all of us from time to time to pause, to check in with our life and say, why am I doing this? I don't think we should wait until we have a midlife crisis. The very definition of having a midlife crisis, finally deciding to check in and then freaking out when you realize that you have no idea how you got here. I think that this should be a more regular occurrence. And that's what I've been doing. It wasn't an intentional one day I'm going to sit down and clear everything off of my plate and figure out why in the world I'm doing what I'm doing. It just kind of evolved from the life that I tend to live. I'm a very aware person, and it has its drawbacks and its benefits, to be sure. But I am constantly questioning and exploring and examining everything that's going on around me and everything that's going on in here. And a few months ago, I realized that there was so much clutter everywhere. Everywhere. Clutter around my house, clutter in my schedule, clutter in here, that I had no idea what was going on. I had no idea where I was going, why I was doing what I was doing. Waking up in the morning was simply waking up because my alarm was going off and there was stuff that I had to get done. And it was starting to feel like a very dry life. Sure, I was sharing a whole bunch of things about exciting things that were going on with the family and things that I was doing, somewhat with my art, with the website, with well-being, with fitness, and all of that was fantastic. But it's like going to work day after day and not really questioning why you're doing it. Eventually, something starts to come up. Something rises up, something deeper, this desire that we all have to tap into a deeper intention in our life. Okay, that most of us have. If you're watching this right now, you probably feel like I do, that there's something more. And that's what I was missing. So I just paused. I paused. I've been spending the past few months really delving into my own life, doing a lot of random decluttering, meditating more to clear out this stuff, moving more throughout my day, not just exercising, but moving, getting back in touch with how it feels to be in my body, decluttering in the house, letting go of crafting supplies that I've hung on to because, oh my gosh, I know that I'm going to find a way to use them someday. Time to let go. You saw the clothes decluttering I did before, a lot of you did. A lot of things that I'm just slowing down and more intentionally choosing. And this is where I find myself now. It's what, in mid-February? And I'm here and really, really loving the life that I'm choosing. My path is changing, and I've had a lot of fantastic insights over the past few months. That's one of those benefits of withdrawing more into myself, is that I get to hear a little bit more about the wisdom that's going on within. So between journaling and using my voice recorder on my phone as I'm driving alone, I've had lots of different things that have come up. And one of those insights was that as much as I love living a life that is purposeful and intentional and mindful and has its ups and downs in my own personal sphere, I really am called, deeply called, to teach, to educate, to inform, to inspire, and to awaken others. That is my calling. I needed this time and may need some more time, and definitely will need some time in the future to continue to ground in my own life. However, that's not where I stop. Some people find contentment in a life lived like this, be it a stay-at-home parent or somebody who is completely dedicated to their work life. That's fantastic. For me, I am not. I need a very, very rich home life, a personal life that is very fulfilling, in which I am embodied and grounded. But I also need the engagement with you. I need to be able to talk to other people, be it in person or this way, hi, that I can do over thousands of miles, to connect with you, to inspire you to do exactly what I'm doing. And here's the invitation: to pause. To pause. This doesn't have to be life-changing. This doesn't mean you have to spend months off of social media or go on a sabbatical from your job or try and find some way to refinance your house so that you can move or do something. This doesn't have to be drastic. All I'm asking you to do is to pause, to perhaps question why on one thing. If it's not, why am I doing this in the big sphere of your life? Perhaps it's, why am I choosing this meal tonight? Why am I getting ready to have this drink? Why am I sitting on the couch? Why am I walking? Whatever your answer is, ask again. So for example, if you ask the big question, why am I working at this job? Answer probably to make money. Most of us are. Okay, so why do I need to make money? All right, to live in my house, to support my family, to have the things that I feel that I want, need, deserve in this life. Keep questioning. Why do I need this? Why do I need this house? Why do I want this house? And I challenge you to be very, very non-judgmental and as open-minded as possible. When you hit a block and you say, to make money, don't just settle there. Keep asking, why? Why? Journal this out. Talk out loud to yourself. Do whatever you need to do. But just be curious about your life. It's amazing what we can discover when we stop living life on autopilot. Things may change drastically or nothing may change, but that's okay. That's all right. Either way, this life of curiosity is one that is worth living. Each of these days that we have is one worth exploring. So, this is where I'm at, and I will be returning to more sharing and engagement and more newsletters and definitely a website update, because I feel like my website is my home and I want my home to be as reflective of who I am and who I want you to feel, who I want you to feel like when you come into my home. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But revamping all of this and continuing to make sure that it aligns with my path, so that those of you who resonate with all of this will feel more strongly called to it. And together we can keep living this fascinating life, this fascinating path of awareness, of being breath. So, thank you all again for checking in, for being here, for watching this. And however you accept my invitation, may it lead you to somewhere a little bit more mindful. Have a beautiful afternoon.